What if it's the Demogorgon? Oh, Jesus, we're so screwed if it's the Demogorgon.
It's not the Demogorgon. An army of troglodytes charged into the
How did Stranger Things take over? It had no superheroes, no franchise backing, just some weird kids, a creepy monster, and a vibe so strong it took over the world. Stranger Things didn't just become a hit, it reprogrammed pop culture. So how does a show like this turn into a household name? Let's break down the 6 biggest reasons it blew up. Nostalgia that hits like a freight train. Check for that. It's like if Steven Spielberg, Stephen King, and the Goonies all shared a fever dream, and Netflix decided to film it. Stranger Things doesn't just name drop the 80s, it drops you into the decade. You've got the mall culture, the walkie-talkies, the clunky TVs, and yeah, those painfully loud patterned shirts. But it's not just costume design and neon lighting, it's the feeling of the 80s, that mix of wonder, danger, and childhood chaos. It's E.T. with a horror twist, Stand By Me in a haunted dimension. It takes every pop culture touchstone from the era and repackages it with modern storytelling. This isn't remember this nostalgia, it's live this again nostalgia, and it worked. Hardcore Gen Xers got hit with the time travel feels, and Gen Z, they just thought it looked cool. Win-win. It doesn't just look like the 80s, it feels like growing up in the 80s. Awkward, thrilling, and just a little haunted. Underdogs, you die for how they're nerds, weirdos, outcasts, and by episode 2 you'd throw hands for every single one of them. Stranger Things doesn't give us perfect heroes, it gives us real kids, awkward, anxious, brave when they have to be. They're obsessed with Dungeons and Dragons, they ride bikes everywhere, and they face literal nightmare monsters with walkie-talkies and homemade traps. And the best part, they're not superpowered, not most of them anyway. They win because they stick together, because they care. This show made friendship feel like a survival skill, and every main character, Mike, Dustin, Lucas, Will, Elle, feels like someone you grew up with or wanted to. Even the grown-ups are broken in the best ways. Joyce is frantic and fearless. Hopper's gruff but protective. Steve, total jerk at first, turned into the most beloved babysitter in TV history. Tell me you didn't cheer when Steve got that bat with nails. Go ahead, lie to me. By season 4, it's not just a cast, it's a found family. They bicker, they risk everything, and they never stop fighting for each other. You didn't just watch Stranger Things, you joined the party, and you'd follow them straight into the upside down.
He's back! I'm back! You got the job! You got the job!
Storytelling that escalates without breaking. Season 1, spooky mystery in a small town. Season 4, full-blown psychic horror war with a guitar solo in hell. Most shows get bigger and lose what made them special. Stranger Things, it's scaled up without falling apart. It starts grounded. A missing kid, a secret lab, a girl with powers and a shaved head. Simple, effective, creepy. Then it evolves season by season. Season 2 brings the Mind Flayer. Season 3 adds Russian spies, body horror, and the neon chaos of a dying mall. Season 4, it turns into full-on supernatural terror, layered with trauma, flash. But even when the monsters get bigger, the show stays personal. It's still about broken families, still about friendship, still about growing up when nothing feels safe anymore. The monsters got scarier, the stories got deeper, and somehow it still hits you right in the feels, like sobbing over a mixtape kind of feels. Stranger Things kept raising the stakes without ever losing its heart. That's rare, that's magic. A soundtrack that time traveled us all. I'll wait. Stranger Things doesn't use music, it weaponizes it. From the first track isn't just background noise, it's narrative fuel. The Clash's Should I Stay or Should I Go wasn't just a needle drop, it was a lifeline for Will. Max running for her life to running up that hill, that wasn't a music moment, that was TV history. And the deep cuts? Joy Division, New Order, Peter Gabriel, even the mall scenes had bangers, blasting 80s pop like it was oxygen. But it's not just the throwbacks, it's the way music becomes emotion, a shield, a weapon, a memory. You hear a track entered pop culture orbit because of this show. Spotify plays went up 8,000% after that episode dropped. Every note, every bass line, every synth stab, it didn't just set the tone, it became the soul of Stranger Things. Call out moment. Remember the end of season 3? You saw that Hopper scene and immediately needed therapy, and then a rewatch. Plus, Stranger Things dropped in the perfect cultural window. Pre-pandemic, peak streaming, boom. It became the kind of show people talked about at work, online, at school, everywhere. Netflix didn't just give us Stranger Things, they gave us all of it, instantly, and turned binge watching into a lifestyle. And in the upside down that is the streaming wars, Stranger Things was Netflix's Excalibur. "11! Well, here we go. Buzz cut, bloody nose, barefoot icon. At the center of all the monsters, mayhem, and mall fights is a kid who barely spoke at first. 11 isn't just a character, she's the heartbeat of Stranger Things. Quiet, scared, weaponized, abused, but somehow still kind. Still loyal, still human. She's a lab experiment with a soul, a superhero who just wants to belong, and that's what makes her unforgettable. Millie Bobby Brown didn't just play 11, she became a household name overnight. Her performance in season 1, nearly silent, but every twitch, every stare, every breakdown was louder than words. And her arc, insane. From test subject to protector, from rage to restraint, from waffle-loving runaway to someone who chooses to save the world, again and again. She flipped vans with her mind and flipped us emotionally while she did it. Also, let's be real, Eggo Waffles owe her royalty checks. And even when the plot twists or the monsters change, it's 11's pain, growth, and love that grounds everything. She's not just powerful, she's relatable in the most human way. 11 didn't just carry the show, she was the show. And in a story full of chaos, she gave it heart, soul, and unforgettable power.
For the sake of your poor old dad, keep the door open 3 inches.
So there you have it. 6 reasons Stranger Things didn't just become a hit, but turned into a cultural phenomenon. From the 80s nostalgia and unforgettable underdogs, to mind-blowing storytelling and that killer soundtrack, and of course 11, the icon who made it all unforgettable. If you're new here, don't forget to smash that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss a deep dive like this. Got a favorite Stranger Things moment or theory? Drop it in the comments. I want to hear everything. Thanks for watching, and remember, sometimes the scariest monsters are the ones we never see coming. Catch you in the upside down.